took my troubles down to Madame Rue. You know that gypsy with the gold cap too. She's got a bag down a lady for the...
It is hard to write about yourself, and people don't want to do that. And it's time consuming. You know, it's like another full-time job to work all day, then go home, sit at your computer and do online dating. I can help with those things.
Erika, a former economist, decided to start the website A Little Nudge after friends kept confiding in her about the difficulty they were having meeting people in person or online.
I help people with all aspects of online dating, writing their profiles, choosing pictures that make them look the best, choosing who to email and what to say in those emails.
So many people say I'm funny, smart, and attractive.
Okay.
I'm funny. I think I'm hysterical. You're
good. No, you're good. No.
You probably think you're funny too, but our definition of funny might not be the same. So it's kind of that show, don't tell. You know, don't say you're funny, say something funny.
Say something funny.
Exactly.
Okay.
Another point is to be in a picture by yourself. When you're with other people, people have a tendency to compare.
Right.
The last thing you want is
an
to be
old flame in
compared
there.
here. Exactly, an old flame or compare. I mean, I don't want anyone comparing us. So.
Right, okay, I understand. All right.
Who should pay on a first date?
I'll put it bluntly, the man. You can do the reach, which everyone knows what the reach is. It's, I'm going to my bag, but I'm going to pretend, you know, I really want to pay, but I don't want to.
I'm going to give him time in 3,
Exactly.
2,
Will
if
he
doesn't say
stop
anything,
me?
there's not a second date.
I said things about how I love the color pink, and I love math and economics, like total nerdy stuff. I like Broadway and a cappella. I realize not many people like that, so if people judge me based on that, I don't think I would have ever had a date. Yeah. I actually wrote a blog about these ideas recently, and someone gave me flack for not writing hiking.
Really?
And I said, well, I'm a wimp, but if you really want to go, if you want to bundle up and go hiking, more power to you. It's all about marketing. So a lot of people think when you put up a profile, you know, it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what pictures. Well, that's crazy. You're marketing yourself. And if you're going to market something well, you want to market yourself well.
That was Erika Ettin. She's an online dating coach and founder of A Little Nudge. She joined me in our Washington, D.C. based studios. Erika, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, friends.
Hi.
I'm not alone today. Today's Monday at 7. Do you know what that means? Anyone?
A little nudge time.
A little nudge time. Very good. Sing out, Louise. Speak in there.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so as you know, this is the A Little Nudge show, and we talk about dating on this show. Lots of things about dating. So we will not be talking about anything risque today.
Me?
Because, no, I will not be.
Oh, okay.
Because my guest today is my lovely mother.
Yes.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Joyce Ettin, and I'm delighted to be here with my beautiful daughter,
Aw.
beautiful and talented daughter.
Oh, shucks.
And I promise not to embarrass her too much.
Mm-hmm. Much. Thank you. I appreciate that. I promise not to embarrass you.
Oh.
Much.
Oh,
much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you?
I think I could if I really tried to. So anyway, I'm thrilled and honored to have a lovely guest here today, whose birthday is tomorrow. She's turning a multiple of
21.
something. Right. She's turning 39
a prime
plus.
number.
A prime number?
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Huh. Okay. I didn't know. That's good. I would like to see if anyone can figure that out. So feel free to text me how old you think my mom is turning tomorrow. Sorry. If you do have questions, though, about dating, feel free to call or text in 202-71-NUDGE, which is 202-716-8343. I have the phone here waiting, and I can't wait to see what kind of questions you have. So, just for anyone who has forgotten, we usually start the show with a funny dating story. So I think I've exhausted all of mine. In fact, I think I've probably told them twice each because, you know, how many... Although, I mean, I have an abundance of funny dating stories. But I'm going to let my mom share tell your funny dating story today. Is it one I've heard? Probably? Is it one that this is a more relevant?
It's not risque.
Is it one that Dad's heard?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Well, when I was in
Feel free to
college,
speak in the microphone.
in my day, we just dated a lot of people at this. I dated a lot of people at the same time.
In your day, that's what we did.
In my
too.
day. Oh,
Are you kidding?
like I never was
Exclusive?
exclusive, right?
Well, I think you dated like how people date now.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you were
I
just
was the
ahead of your-
forerunner of that. So I had 2 dates that I thought I set up really well, not to be at the same time. And so I had a date on a Friday night, and we went to New York, and we had a really good time with
Was that a first date?
No.
Okay, because
no.
that seems pretty extravagant.
No.
Okay.
I had a roommate, a girl I was going to college with, and her boyfriend went with us. We double dated in New York, and we had a really good time. And so my date was slept on the couch. And
Is that
no,
a
he
slept
really,
on the couch?
No, he really slept on the couch.
Okay.
I'm very innocent.
Uh-huh.
He slept on the couch. And the next day in the afternoon, I was supposed to have a date with someone else who I'd been dating for a while. So the first date was supposed to leave around 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. And the other one was supposed to come around 12 o'clock, noon. Unfortunately, I was making pancakes. My roommate went to work, and her boyfriend was on the other couch. So he saw everything that was going on. So I was making pancakes with the first date when the doorbell rang.
Oh, no.
And
Was the second one early or the
yeah,
first
he was early. The second one was early. And he said to me, I'm sorry, I'm a little early. I have to come in. I split my pants. And I remembered he said he bought me a gift.
Oh, God.
So I said, oh, can you go down and get the gift you got me? So while he went down to get the gift, I ran to the other date and I said, quick, quick, you have to leave.
Did you tell him why?
Yes. My next date was so,
Made him like
so
you more, right?
he wasn't that happy about it, but I did get him out. They passed each other in the hall. The one who left knew, but the one who came in did not know. And my roommate's boyfriend was hysterical on the couch, and the second date got to eat the pancakes. No. Yay!
That's the best part of the whole story.
So,
That's the best part of the whole. Did the first one ever call you again?
yeah, he called about 10 minutes later and said, I'm not happy about any of this. But we still went out.
That's amazing. That's like the best story ever.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have a lot. You never heard that one?
No,
Oh.
I do back to back, but
Oh.
I don't generally do. I don't do that.
Well, I didn't do it. It wasn't meant to be at the same time. It just worked out. I guess
think-
I didn't leave a lot of time
think I'm
in between.
impressed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, you didn't know these things
That's
about
good.
me. Can I tell the one about you? Oh, I don't.
Oh God, fine. Yes.
Okay. Well, I have one about Erika, but I don't want to take up all
It's
her
okay.
time.
It's all good.
So Erika went to a friend, a wedding of a friend from college about 12 years
15?
ago?
How
I don't
many
know.
years ago?
12, 13, 14
Let's
years
go
ago.
with 15 years.
Okay.
Okay, 13 years ago.
yeah. And
I
it
was a young pup.
it was after your junior year of college.
I was 20.
And
I mean, obviously, I'm not much more over 20 now, but
Me either.
yeah, you either.
So, Erika went to this wedding. It was about 2 hours away, and came home. Then I guess you stayed overnight somewhere. Oh, and so when she came home, she showed me all the pictures. You know, because people actually showed pictures then. And she showed me all these pictures, and this good-looking guy kept popping up in a lot of the pictures, and I thought, okay, interesting. But Erika wasn't saying
I remember
anything.
what I wore to that wedding because I asked the bartender. I must have been 21 because I was drinking.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
before your senior year.
Yeah,
So that was
because
2002.
I was
so
a
it was
goody
12
two-shoes.
years
I
ago.
didn't drink till I was 21. You did something right. I remember I went to the bartender and asked for something sweet and delicious, and he said, "Well, I am."
Oh.
Okay, anyway.
I never heard that. So, I looked at all these pictures, and I saw this guy popping up, and they were dancing in some of the pictures, and I didn't think too much of it, except a nice-looking guy in the pictures. So the next day, Erika was supposed to go bowling with her friend. Can I say first names or not? Alyssa. And so she said she was going with Alyssa. Well, Alyssa always came to the door when they went out. But this time, Alyssa didn't come to the door. Erika flew out the front door when she said, the car is out there. I said, okay. And so she flew out the door, but I always spy out the window. And I said,
think nothing has changed.
There's a non-New Jersey plate out there. I don't think that's Alyssa's car. And then I saw an arm behind Erika on the seat, and it looked kind of hairy. And I don't remember that Alyssa had a hairy arm. So the car pulled away, and I said to Erika's dad, I don't think that was Alyssa. I'm worried. I don't know who she got in the car with. And so about 20 minutes later, I guess a little guilt set in. And she called me and she said, I'll be coming home in a few minutes. I'm going bowling, but I forgot my socks. And by the way...
Why didn't I just go buy socks?
I think you wanted me to... I don't know. And by the way, I'm not with Alyssa. So she came back to the house with this nice-looking guy, and they dated for a while. And then he got married. I don't know.
Next thing we knew, he was married with kids.
Yeah. Married with children.
Are you done embarrassing me?
Oh, that wasn't
I didn't
bad.
just tell you the truth.
That wasn't
Who
bad.
cares?
I don't know.
Because you're very overprotective.
Oh. Well, I didn't know the person. You just got in the car. And...
Well, anyway, so...
Your definition of overprotective.
Well, anyway, so thank you for gracing us with those lovely stories. We're going to take our first music break, and then after the break, we are going to talk about how dating has changed between when my mom was dating and when our generation dates. So with that, I'm going to let Eric choose us some amazing music, maybe without too many curses in it. Yay!
Staring blindly through the blizzard, chasing after your restless heart. Eyes are buzzing like helicopters, cutting quickly through the dark. Smoke is pouring from my windows, and I'm reaching out my hands, hoping someone's at my fingertips that can help me understand that we've all got the sun to follow, that we've all got the sun to follow. Yelling for the sun as the water rises, feeling like smoke, filling up your eyes, swinging at a ghost, go and lock that door, leave that wreckage, let it wash ashore, don't save yourself up, it's a hell of a ride, feel your heart racing in the middle of the night, out of your mind and into the wild, 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 that we've all got the sun to follow, that we've all got the sun to follow.
gee, now what?
So, hi, we're back. Again, in case you forgot in the last 3 minutes, this is the A Little Nudge show where we talk about dating. Today, my lovely guest is my mom.
Mommy Nudge.
Mommy Nudge. Mommy Nudge.
Nudge.
So we're talking about dating today. So my mom has shared with us some
face.
really funny dating stories, only one of which embarrassed me.
Because the other one was about me.
The other one was about you. It was great, though. So I want to talk about today, since it's important to see how things have changed in the dating world. And obviously, the two of us don't encompass every change. That's very clear. Neither of us is completely representative of any generation of dating. Given that I am a dating coach, I do know a lot of the dating methods that have gone on since I've started my business, at least in the last 4 years. And then when I graduated college, I was an early adopter of online dating. So I tried online dating in 2000 or 2001. So I have some really good perspective from that point on. And then my mom has some good perspective from when she was younger than me and dating. So I first want to hear, because we know how people meet today. I think the workplace is still number one. It might be through friends, but then if not already up to number one, it's certainly number two, online. So Match's old statistic anyway, and I don't know what their new statistic is, said that 1 in 5 relationships starts online. I'd be surprised if it weren't half soon, because there's no stigma anymore. It's the norm, and especially with all of the dating apps that are out there now, it makes it so easy. You just touch your phone and swipe, and you can have a date. So I'm very curious to hear, as I think a lot of the viewers are, what was dating like when you were dating?
It's a lot different. Do you want from the?
Well, I want to know how you met people. Like right now, it's the touch of a button.
Right. It would have been
a screen.
Really easy, but then I guess there are advantages and disadvantages to both. The way I had to meet people, and you always talk about deal breakers. I had deal breakers, so it wasn't always easy to find people to date. So I would go to dances.
Like singles dances?
Singles dances. And I would meet a lot of people.
Did you dance?
Mostly stood around and talked to people. I got a couple of good dates out of that. Also, I was telling Erika before, they had something called, this must have been, somebody had the idea maybe of something like the internet, or a way of match, but a long time ago, because it was called Operation Match, and you just, what did we say?
Was it a Scantron?
It was something where you filled out like a questionnaire, and I think you paid $5.
Okay.
And with that, you got back a list of 5 people. Whether someone or something actually matched up accordingly, I don't know.
Or some guy smoking a cigarette in a room.
Yeah,
like,
just said, give her these 5. I don't know. But it was a list of 5 people who lived within 45 minutes, I guess.
So you did that?
I went out with one. He was creepy. but I think I only went out with one person from that. And I don't know if I did it anymore after that. But so that was sort of like
I guess a
match,
precursor
I guess,
to
a
online
precursor,
dating. Yeah.
So that was interesting. You could meet people at work. I didn't.
Did you?
No.
Well, you were a teacher.
Yeah, there were more women in the school than men.
I know that principal liked you.
There was my principal liked me, and another teacher liked me, but he pulled me down on his lap at work, and I'm very serious at work. Was inappropriate. I don't want to digress. But another teacher, married teacher, pulled me on his lap and said, "Have you noticed I've been looking at you?" Anyway, those are not the ways you want to meet people. And let's see, how else? Okay, so I was a ham radio operator when I was
That's kind of a
14 years old.
Tell everyone what that means.
It's amateur radio. You have to take a test. You need to learn Morse code.
Do you remember your Morse code?
Oh, yeah, I know the Morse code.
Really? Can you Morse code something to me?
Yeah. Did it, da did it, da da da, did da. Hi, Erika.
Wow.
Yeah, I never forgot it. Yay! I could send
How do you
it.
say I love you?
Did it, da da, did it, da da da. da 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 dit da 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 da.
Wow!
Oh, I messed up the V. It was da 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 da.
I don't think anyone noticed. Thank you.
Yeah, I could do it. Anyway, I could do code at about 35 words a minute at one time. So they did an article about me in the newspaper when I was 14 and 15, 2 different papers.
Mm-hmm.
My father got me into it. So it was a great hobby because I met guys, because there were hardly any women who did ham radio.
What were you doing on there?
I was both sending Morse code to people,
But what?
having a conversation.
Just a conversation with strangers, like a chat room.
Well,
but-
that's how I met Jake.
Right.
Yeah. I met the person who I told the story about with the ripped
pancake,
pants.
the one who actually got to
Yeah.
eat the pancakes,
Yeah.
in case you were wondering.
Yes.
Date number
I met
2.
him. I dated him for a while. I met him on the ham radio.
So you just sent out messages into the ether just to see who answered them? Or you sent to specific users?
There's a thing that you would use called CQ. And CQ means come on, and I don't know if it has a specific meaning, but it's anybody who hears me doing CQ knows I want to talk to somebody.
So that's like the modern day equivalent of I'm online.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So it's CQ, and then you would give your call letters. I got
So
call
I give
letters.
my screen name.
You
Okay.
give your screen name, and then people would come back and you'd answer. You could
Now,
only
did they
answer
know
one
if you were
at
a man
time.
or woman, what you looked like, who you were?
Nope.
Interesting.
Nothing.
Huh.
They knew nothing except your call letters, and then you could tell them.
Uh-huh.
And then usually you sent a postcard afterwards, I saved all of mine of people I talked to.
Like a physical postcard?
Mm-hmm. It was a postcard with the call letters. You had them made up with the call letters.
Okay.
And so my mother recognized this person's last name as being related to, Nathan's Hot Dogs. She recognized the last name. Somehow she knew the last name. Said, oh, he has the same last name. Write him. So I wrote him, and the hair flipped. Now I have hair.
Sorry.
I wrote him, and then we had a correspondence, and then we met, and we dated for a few years. So
You had no idea anything except his name.
no, nothing.
Huh.
Then we started corresponding. We started writing letters. I mean, in those days, you wrote letters.
Did you write love letters?
He sent me cards.
I'm sorry. I'm
stuff.
just being silly.
Not like gushy love
I don't
letters.
know.
No. And let's see.
So how else did you...
How did I meet people?
Yeah, so we got the ham radio work.
That was...
Through friends?
Yes, someone fixed me up once with someone. Yeah, that's it too, like blind
Now,
date.
how did most of your friends meet their significant others?
Okay, one of my friends met another teacher in the school. My friend Randy met her husband in the workplace. He was an engineer and she was the secretary. Patty, my friend Patty, they're not watching. She was a waitress and her husband came in and she waited on him. And my friend Robin met her husband because her brother went to law school with him and he introduced
So it's
them.
happenstance. So things are much less happenstance now because we have ways to proactively search for people.
Yes, we didn't do that. Yes, you're right. I guess that's a difference. If you happen to be somewhere and somebody looked good to you and they started a conversation or something like
Now,
that.
do you think, because there are studies saying that people given fewer choices are happier with the decision they made. Do you think because people didn't have a way of seeing what else was out there like they do today, do you think people were happier with their choice of spouse? And I know that's a big question that you can't answer, but even though obviously I love online dating, that's my job, I tout it. I'll tout it till the cows come home. It's always like bigger, better, bigger, better. What else is there? Grass is greener. Whereas you get along with someone if you meet them, like Patty's situation. She was the waitress. He came in. They get along. It works. The end. Do you think people were more content to...
I think the mindset was different then. I don't, because they didn't have so many avenues like they have now with the online dating. I don't think people thought, well, if you don't work out, I can go on Match. I can go on.
I mean, I know people who go online before
Tinder,
they even break up. You knew Tinder?
Yeah.
How do you know Tinder?
Isn't Tinder the one for people who are near you?
Oh, my God.
Hey, I'm a cool prime number. So,
oh, my God. Do you know the other apps?
No.
Okay,
probably
good.
not.
I'm not teaching you. Forget it.
And I haven't been using Tinder.
Go out, you're
I'm
making
happily
me
married.
nervous.
So I think, in general, not just with dating, I think people weren't so inclined to toss things and people away in my
So
generation and before.
Do you think people would give people a second chance that they don't now?
Yes.
A third chance?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
Did you?
Yes. People gave me chances to time.
Right.
Yes. I just don't. I think it's like that in a lot of ways. It's like people just give up really easily. Same thing with jobs. It's
I agree.
People stuck. I think people stuck with. I don't know the statistics, but I
Because
think
if
people stuck with jobs longer. Then now it's like, oh, I don't like this. I'll quit. I'll go here.
That's
Even
not
though it's hard
necessarily
to
a bad
find
thing.
No, it's not necessarily.
I mean,
bad.
with jobs, I think
Yeah.
that's completely different because, you know, if you're not content, you're not going to, like
Yeah, that's true.
I was unhappy. I had to leave a job.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I think that's a difference.
I
It's
guess
similar, but
I guess even with, like with marriage, I think people don't stick with it and try to work it out as much as they used to. Maybe that's what I mean.
I mean,
but
the
you're
divorce
right
rate
about
is
a
50%.
job.
It's different.
Yeah.
I mean, and even, you know, I mean, we don't need to get into a conversation about staying married or getting divorced, but I agree. People do give in easily, but I also wouldn't want to
if
see
you don't
people
wanna be
stay together who
miserable.
aren't happy.
Right, I agree with
So
that. But I think the
know
divorce
people who
rate
should
is
be
higher.
divorced. You know, so it is higher. So no, it's really just interesting because I don't know how focused did you feel on meeting someone? Like, did you?
I'm probably, as you said, an anomaly.
I think you are an anomaly.
I was not married really, really young. I always knew in my heart I would be married, but I was never focused on it, ever.
Yeah.
I never looked at each person I went out with and said, is he the... I just didn't.
Probably why you had more fun than most people.
Yeah, I'm glad because I didn't feel any pressure, you know. So
Well, nice not feeling
always,
pressure.
Yeah.
Oh.
I always knew I would meet someone. I mean, I felt I would meet someone.
So you were 32 when you
I
got
was
married.
32 when I got married, 28 when I met your dad. But I don't want to do all the time. But
you want.
okay, here's another example. Erika has a sister, Elise.
Hi.
And she has a best friend, Monez. And Monez's family, from the time she was young, she knew that her parents wanted her to marry within her particular, she's Indian, and which they wanted her to marry.
So they
within
wanted
her
an arranged marriage.
It's not totally arranged, but...
But here's who we suggest.
They don't date. She did not date. Like, people wanted to date her in college. She did not date. She always knew that, her family, either she would find someone within that group or her parents would find her someone.
Okay.
And so she didn't date, and she's now 28. She'll be 29 soon. And at 26 or so, her mother was making phone calls, and she found someone in her group in another state, but who met what she thought were the right
So her mom found an
qualifications.
appropriate partner, whatever that means. Okay.
Yes. But then she got to decide whether or not they hit it off. And if they didn't, then that
Good.
would have
So
been
she
the
got to
end of
date
it.
him.
So they kind of do it is like a reverse. It's like, okay, somebody's picked you out probably for me to marry. So now let's see if we... Yeah, it's really
they say
interesting.
arranged
But
marriages
you know
are-
what? The percentage of divorces is very small.
They say that for
Because
arranged
I
marriages.
think they go into it thinking totally differently than we do.
It is interesting. I mean, I know that gets us off course, but it's really...
Well,
it's
it's just
interesting.
I brought it up because it's
No,
just
so-
another aspect of
how people
meet. And so they started out by emailing, and then it progressed to phone conversations, and then it progressed to Skype, and then they met each other, and they liked each other, and then the Skypes got more often, and then they've been going back and forth, and then they just got engaged.
Great.
And they're very happy with each other. So did she this is just another way of meeting, but it was in her head from the time.
that's interesting
That's the way
because-
she was brought up. That's the way it was going to be. Now her brother, giving personal information, but no names. But I mean, her brother found someone on his own. So at first the parents were a little, not as accepting, but now I think they're more accepting.
Good.
Of it.
So, I mean, in today's day, everyone wants that happenstance. So the opposite of what you're just saying, but more of what you were saying about your friends. Yeah, it's everyone's dream to be, seated next to their future partner on the airplane,
Some
or
enchanted even.
your eyes locked across the room.
Yeah.
Everyone wants that, but the reality of it is, you can't wait around for that.
And
So-
there's, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, cut me off.
No, there are just so many avenues now that
Where you
it'd
can
be
actually-
nice, but you don't have to wait
you don't
for
have
that.
to, exactly. So there is an interesting line, though, because I love online dating for people. It gives you access to a group of people you would never meet otherwise. It gives you more information about the person than you would have if you met at a bar. People don't go around with their height and
Google them.
hobbies and statistics and marathon running, whatever,
Yeah.
on a Post-it note on their head at the bar. But then it also gets into the grass is greener thing that I was saying before, and especially on a site like Tinder, since you know all about it, it's very easy to go next, next, next. Did you know they're going to start charging for a recall function, for an undo button for Tinder? Because you go through it so fast, you might have missed someone. Have you ever seen it in action?
No.
Let's look at Tinder. Hey, people on the screen.
Oh, it shows you the people's pictures?
Oh my God!
that
it shows
I
you
didn't
people's
know.
Pictures. So I'm sorry I don't have an image to put up on the screen. I'll just do this for a sec. For anyone,
Have to put the
you can
glasses.
play along at home. So yeah, you just swipe,
Oh, wow.
swipe, and
Pretty
then
good, pretty good.
it has a
Wait,
recall.
I think he's over there.
Ha ha ha. So
Oh, he's cute.
okay, thanks, great. So we're done playing now. Okay, well, yeah. So
Not for me.
It's so quick and it makes people disposable.
Well, that's exactly what I was saying, though. It's like,
So I think it's good and bad,
Yeah.
but I do think, as I tell all of my clients, if you're not sure after a first date, give it the second date, because people are nervous. People aren't necessarily their true selves on the first date. Brian, who I dated a long time
I know,
ago.
I remember that.
Gosh, was he
story.
boring on the first? I mean,
You
gosh.
gave him a second chance.
I did. I gave him a second chance. He was so boring. I remember my whole outfit.
He
'cause
knew
it was
he
summer.
was,
He
though.
knew he was boring. He told me he was nervous.
Yeah.
I'm glad I gave him a second chance. That was a year and a half of my life.
He was a nice person.
So it just goes to show that even with access to all of these people and what else is out there and what else is out there, it is important to make sure to give somebody a chance, because you never know. So after this musical break, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, if I went to a dance.
A dance.
And a dance.
Where you didn't dance.
No, where we talk.
Where you
and
talk.
If I saw somebody who I felt was attractive and we started to talk to make a comparison, I wasn't talking to him and cruising the room for what might look better. I was just focused on him.
I think
as
that's
opposed
how people
to,
are different right now.
Yeah.
That's how people are different. Even today, I was having a conversation with a client of mine. He admittedly messed up his last date. He got drunk and slobbered and went in for a kiss. And anyway, so it was like, all right, so she doesn't like me. Who's next? And, how about instead, try to figure this out, see what went wrong, try to patch it up. I don't think will give him the time of day now, because he made a faux pas. It happens. But
Well, go ahead.
but it was so easy to say, well, who's next?
But that is an interesting point, because in my day, you dated, and if something went wrong and you broke up or they didn't call you again, you were really upset.
Well, it
So
depends,
which
obviously,
is
on how
better?
serious the relationship was.
I
do think, I tell people this all the time, and this is partly what a therapist would say, but every breakup, there's an element of time and then someone else. And I think a lot of people are
but not
skipping
5 minutes.
Well, I think a lot of people are skipping the time aspect
Yeah.
because something else, whatever it is easy.
But
And
I
that's
don't
not-
even think that's normal.
And that's not good or bad. It's just
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
So I want to take another music break. Eric, pick us something good. And then we're going to come back and you're going to share
Shake our hair.
You shake our hair. Shake it off.
Shake it,
Shake
shake
it
it,
off.
shake it.
And then we're going to come back and you're going to tell us how you met Dad.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. movies where the guy takes the glasses off and
I always wanted to do that. Okay, welcome back. We're having too much fun.
Yeah.
No more fun. No smiles. So we're back, and we're this is the A Little Nudge Show, and we're talking about dating today. Specifically, the differences dating when my mom was dating and today. You know, today all we talk about is online dating, Tinder, Match.com, OkCupid, whatever else, all of the apps out there, and that just didn't exist before. Yet people found people.
yeah.
Which is so
Well,
interesting.
Most people,
I know
found someone.
Exactly. And
Not
it's-
everyone, but most people.
And my clients who I work with, you know, many of whom have been married before, they all found someone. So it's just really interesting
And-
what technology can do. And I think it's mainly for the better in that you have access to new people and people who aren't even in the area, and people who you might not have connected with otherwise. But on the other hand, sometimes is too much choice bad? So anyway, we want to hear a story about how you met my dad.
Okay. So I won't use so. When I,
Is there a problem with so?
everybody uses it. When I was 28, and I never felt any pressure to get married. I always felt I would get married. I had dated a lot of people.
Any pressure on you?
No. Mm-mm. I always, no. Oh, are you hinting at me?
What?
I haven't said a word.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well.
Okay. You got a puppy
I got a
grand
puppy. He's really cute too. No, I never felt any pressure, and I dated from when I was 14 or 15. I always felt like I would get married, but I didn't know. And so I lived by myself in an apartment complex, and I was dating someone at the time. Not that seriously.
Did you make him go out the back door too?
Oh.
I was just joking!
I'll tell you.
Oh my God, you're crying out loud.
Yeah, there is a part
You
to
are
this.
scandalous. Okay.
I think I should have a TV series.
What do we call it? The little nudge and the big
Mommy
nudge.
Mama nudge.
Mommy nudge. All right.
So, I used to pass an apartment to get to my apartment. I used to see this guy up in the window, and he'd be looking at me down from the upper window.
That seems creepy.
Yeah. Well, that was Dad.
I know.
So, I didn't know who he was, and he thought I was married because most of the people who lived in this complex were married. And I wasn't paying much attention. I'd see him sometimes walking his dog, and he'd shake his head at me, and that would be it. Mm-hmm. And so I was meeting a friend at an outdoor...
Did he have hair then?
He did have hair.
Just wondering.
He still has hair.
I know.
I was meeting a friend at an outdoor concert, and as I came out the door of my apartment, a wiffle ball went flying by, and a nice-looking young man following it. Not your dad. I mean, he was nice-looking too.
Yeah.
He is. So he started talking to me. And
he is in the good
He is the good-looking guy who was chasing the wiffle ball. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, who are you? And he said, I live over there in that apartment. And I said, no, that other guy lives there. He said, oh, he's my brother. So I said, I never do this. Do you want to come? I'm going to this show. Do you want to come?
So you asked out Uncle Mark.
I asked if he wanted to come.
Okay.
Yes. And he said, I have to go ask my brother. And I still remember because when he went to ask Dad, Dad said, I don't know. Yes.
Okay.
Because I was going with a friend. And,
Okay.
and I didn't know who I was supposed to be with. And,
well, did your friend hit it off with either of them?
no.
Okay.
I hit it off of both. But Dad's brother, he took off and he was walking around. So I started talking to Dad, and that probably was it, because then Dad's brother said to me, I'll call you the next time I come home. He didn't live at home. And I said, okay. But Dad snuck in before his brother came back, and the rest is history. And here you are.
Oh, here I am.
And I'm glad. I'm very, very glad. Marty, if you're watching, I'm really glad.
Hi, Dad. But
35 years.
Enough, yeah, Dad's 5.5 years younger.
Yes.
And his brother was the same?
9 months older than I am, yeah.
Well, we both like younger men.
Yeah. Yeah, before that, I always dated older guys, but I have one other one.
Good
so
story.
You want to hear the other funny part to this?
I would love to.
Okay.
Don't forget to speak into
So
the
when I was
microphone.
first dating Dad, we weren't serious or we didn't have any commitment to each other, and he went back to school, and I was still dating someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But Dad's parents lived in an apartment that the date would have had to pass, and I would have had to pass on my way out, which made me uncomfortable because they knew I was dating him.
Oh my gosh.
So I didn't know what to do, except I was just honest. And I said, I'm dating someone who lives in here. Would you mind coming in another entrance?
I was just kidding when I asked if you made anyone go out the back door.
So he did come in the other entrance, and we went out the other entrance, and that was that.
It's like you cast a spell on this man. Wow.
So I didn't want. I
what
guess
made-
I knew I liked Dad,
What
and I
made you
didn't want
decide to be exclusive with Dad?
Wow. I guess we just hit it off. It was the right time, and
So
we
he was
liked.
ready. I mean, he was only 22 when you met him.
Yeah, he was 22, almost 23. It was just the right time for both of us. I guess we hit it off.
Dad, you're mature.
Yeah, he was like. I don't know.
I don't know about now.
Yeah. We like the same things. He's smart. I wanted somebody smart, and he was cute, and we got along really well. Our families got along well, and the other person I was dating, well, I was dating two other people.
Of course you were.
I said, hasta la vista. That was it. So
Did you used to date someone who wore platform shoes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just wondering. Just asking.
Yep.
I remembered that today.
My sister fixed me up with him.
Oh, interesting.
She met him and said, "You're too short for me," but my sister was tall.
Nice. Good story.
We went out for a while. Okay, I don't want to take up all your
No,
time.
you're good. This is really interesting. So is there anything else you want to talk about, just how dating was back then, either for you or for your friends or any of your colleagues, but how you see it as different now, even through me, through your friends' children, through Elise?
I think I don't know exactly how dating is now, but I think it's different. I mean, I think people, I don't know. In my mind, I'm thinking people were more respectful in dating.
I agree.
Then, but I
I
don't
mean,
know.
yeah, I have
I
a
wouldn't make a
question.
generality because.
Let's say you went out with someone 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
and he decided he didn't want to see you again.
Mm-hmm.
Would he have contacted you to tell you this?
Not necessarily.
Oh, interesting. Because we had a whole episode on ghosting, just disappearing, and I cannot condone that. It's mean.
I had one date with someone. I really liked him. No answering machines then. I spent a whole week waiting for him to call. Well, it wasn't 3 dates. I mean, maybe, just didn't
One date is one date.
Yeah.
But now, God forbid you don't text within the next 12 hours. You're not into
3
that
dates,
person.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure.
So, no, because now people hide behind technology. And again, you know how I feel about online dating. It's the best.
Do people
However,
do through texting too?
yeah, people are texting. Actually, I was talking to a client today, and one of her frustrations is, how do I get these men to move off of text and ask me out? And I said, stop inviting them to text you.
Yeah.
When they say, hey, let's text or let's have a call, why don't you say, or we could just meet? And she's like, but I don't want to do the asking. And I said, I get that. Nobody wants to. I said, but just give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that he doesn't know what you want either, right? And maybe he's thinking, I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to, overstep. Maybe I won't. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But it makes her more comfortable suggesting it.
So have people followed that advice?
People have followed that advice.
And has the person actually met them, or did they back off
They meet
after
them.
that? Okay.
No, so actually, I'm going to read you. My phone is about to die. It's at 1%. So to the extent that I can, I know, I live on the edge. To the extent that I can read these, she said, as I suggested, hey, would you like to continue the conversation in person? I find it easier to get to know people that way. Mm-hmm. Would you like to meet up next Tuesday or Wednesday? I told her I was proud of her. And then he said, yeah, maybe next Tuesday would work. Was going to ask you as well. And she said something like, great minds think alike. So it just, I don't like the maybe business. That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah,
but
I find that in everything, not just with dating.
People don't like to commit these days.
People do not commit.
You know
And
what?
I never had that
It frustrates
issue
me to
before.
no end
Yeah.
when people are like, well, I don't know what I'm doing that day. Well, yeah, you do. If you write this in, you're doing it. I like to commit to
Waiting
things.
for something better to
I
come.
know. So anyway, we're going to take one last musical break, and then we're going to come back, and I'm going to remind you where you can find me. But we're going to dance in the silence for a minute. Walk like an Egyptian. Eric, whenever you're ready, cut me off. So I want to thank my mom for being my guest today and sharing with us some interesting and fun and embarrassing and ridiculous stories from both her dating days and mine. That was a surprise. So again, just so you remember where to find me, my business is A Little Nudge, alittle-nudge.com. What are you doing?
I'm pointing to where it says A Little Nudge. Right?
Oh, very good. Like the weather person does. And there will be a cold front coming in right here.
And Vanna leaves your job.
You can find me. My book is on Amazon. It's Love at First Sight, SITE. Let's see, what else? Twitter, at A Little Nudge. Facebook, A Little Nudge. Instagram, A Little Nudge. What else? YouTube? I'm on there. I'll give you a little nudge. Anyway, and my phone number is 202-71-NUDGE. And if you have any questions, comments, ideas for shows in the future, feel free to email me at date411@alittle-nudge.com. So with that, I thank you again. And
thank you. This was so much fun.
And Eric will play some final music and we'll dance our way off.
And then I'm going to dinner.
And then we're going to dinner. Yay! Prime number birthday.